at Easylaughs, we don't just like to put on shows, we also like to give back to the community and help people with problems. A lot of people have problems, and I think every single one of you probably does have a problem. And we're going to try and solve some of those tonight, and we have a panel of experts tonight. Expert number one, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Norma. Oh, you don't remember me? That's because I'm the grandmother that you never call.
Okay, thank you.
But I'm not complaining. I never complain.
Okay, that's a grandmother you never call, Norma. Of course, we'll be giving some good advice. And number two, please. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Susie. I spent the first 17 years of my life in a box.
This is Susie. She'll be giving perhaps not so good advice. And finally, number three, please introduce yourself.
Hello! I am Klaus van Fulfelot, and I come from Germany.
Klaus number three will be giving very bad advice. So let's who's got a problem? Maybe some of you, maybe you wet the bed, or maybe you are scared of ghosts, or any problem. Anyone?
Revolving doors.
What about revolving doors?
They're weird.
They're weird, but that is true. They are a bit weird. But we're trying to look for a personal problem. Do you have a Are you a personal
Can't
problem?
wake up in the morning.
Sorry?
Can't get out of bed in the morning.
Okay, we'll take that. So if you can think of a personal problem related to revolving doors, we'll take that. We'll take straight away. Can't get out of bed in the morning. So please, contestant number one, could you please advise?
I find that when you can't get out in the morning, it's probably because generations these days aren't built of the same stuff as they were in my day. In my day, there was a war going on, and we had to get out of bed because the house was on fire. But you don't hear me complaining. I never complain.
Okay, well, there's some advice there from Norma. Susie, please, advice. Can't get up in the morning.
Well, if you can't get out of bed in the morning, I lived in a box for 17 years and I never had a bed, so you should consider yourself lucky.
Okay, some good advice there as well. Finally, Klaus, please, some more advice.
Hello! I am Klaus van Fulfelot, and I come from Germany. If you can't get up in the morning, you are very lazy.
I'm sure there's something there that you can take away with you. Anyone else got any problems? Maybe it's not your own problem, maybe it's someone else's, of course.
My cat steals my food. My cat steals my food.
Cat steals your food. And what can she do about her cat steals her food?
Well done. I find that if your cat steals your food, it's probably because you don't feed it enough. Once I had a cat, and I didn't feed it enough, and it died, and now I'm all alone, and nobody calls me even at Christmas or my birthday. But I never complain.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. There's some advice of some nature there. Susie, please. The cat eats all her food.
Well, you see, I never had a cat. I had a pet rat that was already dead. So it never took any of my food. So I guess maybe if you put a dead rat next to the food, the cat could eat that.
Some good advice there, I think. And finally, Klaus, please.
Hello! I am Klaus van Fulfelot, and I come from Germany. One time, my cat tried to steal my food. My cat is no longer alive.
Okay. And I hope that helps. Okay, and can we have some more advice? More problems, rather.
I don't have any friends.
You don't have any friends? Oh, that's a shame. We'll see if we can do something about it. So this gentleman here doesn't have any friends.
You don't have any friends? Well, that's okay. Neither do I. I joined a church group, and I find that there's a lot of people who pretend to be my friends there, and it's just as satisfying, really. Except that I spend every Christmas and every birthday alone, and nobody calls me. But I never complain.
Susie?
Friends? took up too much space in my box. so I killed him with the dead rat.
Okay. And Klaus, maybe some advice from you.
Hello!